Black people are the only people I know when it comes to funding that says like, I don't want the money, like it's too much, like I'm afraid of it. It makes no sense. In fact, the way that the world is going on right now with Trump and war and bombs exploding, it would be in your best interest to have access to capital just in case you have to take your family and run off. If y'all walked around across a bag right now with 100K in it, you're not gonna walk past that bag. So why do we keep walking past this opportunity, y'all? Because what I'm doing and what I'm showing you is no different than you walking up on that bag of money, picking that motherfucker up, putting it on your shoulder and proceeding. It's no different. Listen here, family. It's Coach Dev. Today, I gotta speak to y'all because I'm hearing a lot of limited beliefs out here about credit. Why is it important? People saying they don't need it. People don't understand it. Listen, the facts about credit is this, man. You either gonna work for it and save it, or you're gonna go into the bank and borrow it, or you're gonna be out here without it at all, right? Flat ass broke. Now listen, let's talk about it for a minute. These are gonna be your only three options in life. Let's be real, right? So if you're someone like myself who had a 9-to-5, right? And you were working a 9-to-5, let's unpack that for a while. Most of us are only making, on average, anywhere between about $50,000 to about $85,000 on average, right? If you're in the US. So $50,000 to $80,000 is gonna take you about 12 months to accumulate, right? There's nothing wrong with $80,000. It's a lot wrong with trying to make it over a year span, right? So if you have a job, then your option most likely is going to come from trying to save it. But the issues with trying to save it is time. Ask yourself, how long is it going to take you to save up? If I asked all of you guys right now that are sitting watching this at home, how long would it take you to save, let's say, 20K? How long would it take you to save $20,000? Ask yourself that. How much are you making an hour? How much are you saving up? You know, how much are you kicking out every month on your expenses? We have to think about these things, right? So for my people that are working, that think they can save up, let's go with a real number. 50K, I challenge you, how long would it take you? Ask yourself that right now. If I bet you $1 million that you couldn't save up $50,000 in these next couple of weeks, would you win or not, right? It's gonna take time. Okay, so either we're gonna save up the 50K, right? Or we're gonna have to borrow it. What are the benefits of borrowing it? Simple. Credit score, 680 or better. You can walk into the bank and go get it. It's that simple. What's up, family? I'm sorry to break the video, but if you're watching this right now, you're probably struggling with your credit, and I have to tell you how we were able to take Marcus just last week from a 450 credit score all the way up to a 710 in just 14 days. Listen, if you're struggling with your credit score in those same 400, 500, 600s and you're looking to obtain a 700 credit score, go ahead and hit the link below. Let's get it. This here only takes tops. Let's say your credit score is somewhere in the 400 range, right? Okay, let's think about what the requirements are. For you to be eligible for most loans, anywhere between $50,000 to $100,000, you need a 680 credit score. Okay, 680. That's pretty obtainable. That's pretty easy, right? Some of you guys, on average people in here about a 550, right? Which means you're about 100 points away. Well, I'm here to tell you that it's 2025 at the time of this recording. Being 100 points away is something that you could actually get in about 14 to 21 days just utilizing AI. We have a software called M2 Revive, which is Metro 2 software that you can actually increase your score anywhere between 50 to 100 points in these next 30 to about 90 days roughly, right? So, okay, say you do have a 550 credit score. You start today on January 1st. January, February, March. By March, your 550 credit score is now a 700 credit score because you've been following Coach Dev for a while. You've got some of our courses. You might have access to the Metro 2 software. You've been working and repaying your credit, right? So now you've just taken yourself from a 550 to a 700 credit score. Well, guess what? Now you're eligible. You're eligible for this 50K with just 3 months worth of work. And utilizing something like AI just accelerates the entire process. Now, I know some of you guys may be thinking, damn, I don't really know too much about, credit. I don't really know too much about sending off dispute letters and things of that nature. Like I said, the AI will actually do all the work for you guys. It only takes about 3 to 5 minutes worth of work using this AI, right? So either you're going to do one of these two things, family, or guess what? You ain't going to have this shit at all. Let's be real. So either you're going to save it, you're going to borrow it, or you're not going to have it at all. And you have to start making that conscious decision at home, because I hear all of these limited beliefs about, yo, I just don't want the money. It's too much. I'm scared of it. I don't want all of that money just sitting in my account. Since when did we start running away from money, family? This is not something that we need to be running away from. In fact, the way that the world is going on right now with Trump and war and bombs exploding, it would be in your best interest to have access to capital just in case you have to take your family and run off. See, let me take a deep breath for a minute and really speak to y'all from my heart. Like, really, we going off the script with this one. I really want y'all to understand this, because I know that y'all see the 0% interest online. Y'all see the, people starting their businesses and stuff like that. Like, you starting to see, people getting approved for all of these huge limits, and all of that looks cool. It looks great, right? Like, people really are starting their businesses out here with 0% interest and no money out of their own pocket. But what about the other side of things? What about the reality of the fact that we are in a very dangerous time? What about the reality that a bomb could go over our heads today or tomorrow and we would be forced to evacuate? Ask yourself, do you have the money to get your family out of the country? Do you have the money to put your entire family onto a plane and get them out of here? Do you have it? Can you do that? Really, because we got to start thinking logically, family. This is the only time that I see people are afraid of money when it comes down to funding and getting access to capital. This is just using other people's money. But the only time that I hear it being an issue is when it comes to us and our culture, because we're not understanding, one, we don't understand the power of it, and I'm about to get into the breakdown of it in just a second. But we also don't understand the reality of the fact that it's capital that we can grab and snatch and access at any point in time that we need to for anything that we need it for. So if it is an emergency situation and you have access to $100,000 in your bank, well, guess what? One of these bombs go off, or state of emergency or evacuation or something like that, guess who has $100K in your account? Now you do, because you took in the time, right? There's 3 months to better your credit score, or you came to a professional like me to help you increase your credit score. You have your 700, and then you went to the bank and you got access to capital, $50,000 to $100,000. Now you have it. So if something happens, you can take your family and you can go, right? So I just want people to start thinking about not just the cars and the glam and the trips and all of that. I want y'all to really start thinking like from your hearts and from your mind, because logically, like, I don't understand when start having like money was like an issue. Like, black people are the only people I know when it comes to funding that says like, I don't want the money, like it's too much, like I'm afraid of it. It makes no sense. When like, where else, if y'all walked around across a bag right now with $100K in it, you're not gonna walk past that bag. So why do we keep walking past this opportunity, y'all? Think about that. Because what I'm doing and what I'm showing you is no different than you walking up on that bag of money, picking that motherfucker up, putting it on your shoulder and proceeding. It's no different. I'm teaching you how to get the bag and go do what you need to do with it the correct way. Because the reality is, like I said, this is the only 3 options. Either you're going to save it, which takes time. It takes effort, it takes energy, it takes resources, it takes a job or career. It takes some type of motion or flow, right? Or you're going to borrow it, right? You're going to get your credit right if you don't already have a 700 credit score. Some of you guys that I'm talking to actually already have the score. So you're one step away from actually just filling out the right application or finding someone like myself that can go in there for you and go get you the money, right? But either you're going to save it, you're going to borrow it, or family, you're going to not have it at all. And you have to think about that. You have to look yourself in the mirror and ask yourself, do you want to live in this little hut for your entire life? This little space, because you ain't getting no further than just this little space right here in life. This is going to be your life right here. This little box. And the rest of the world is out here living a life because they understand The rich get richer, right? And the poor get poorer. Why? Because the rich understand how to leverage a credit score, go into the bank, get access to capital, and start businesses. They know how to do that. Us, we running away from that. Us, we making excuses, talking about, oh, I'll save it up, or, you know, that's a scam and this and the third. No, you just gonna sit around and not have it. You'll never have it. Now, let's talk about the benefits of having it, right? Okay, now, it's an easy concept to grasp, right? Now, let's just get into like what the requirements are. Like for anybody that's at home right now, I'm about to show you exactly how to take your credit score right now, if you got a 680 or better, and go and get access to that capital right now. So these are what their requirements are going to look like, family. So first and foremost, like I said, we want anywhere between a 680 to a 700 credit score. So, like I said, take the couple of months, get your stuff in order, send off the disputes, contact someone like myself to help fix your credit for you to help accelerate the process. Use Metro 2 software. There are a lot of different things, softwares, and programs that you could utilize that can actually help accelerate this process. It doesn't have to be longer than a 3-month process, right? So just very quickly, what are the requirements? First and foremost, you want to have a 680 credit score or better, right? And I just told you all of the tools that you could utilize to get this. Now, the very next thing that you're gonna want, I need your utilization to be below 10%. Now listen, some of you guys have high credit cards and, you know, maxed out things and stuff of that nature. It's not gonna fly, family. Like, honestly, I'm gonna give y'all a little room. You could go between 10 to about 20% debt utilization. Now, I know that the average person on the internet tells you 30%. I'm telling you as a person that's gonna go in there in that bank for you and go get you access to that capital, that you need your debt utilization under 20%, family. So look, as long as you got your 680 credit score and your debt utilization under 20%. Now, there's a couple different things that you could do if you have high utilization, right? I'm gonna give you guys a quick play. So if you may be someone that has high utilization, that has cards that may be maxed out, but you may be a guy that, or a woman that has a good job, right? That's been saving, that has access to some capital. Cool. If you have access to some capital, you can do a couple of different things. Now, what I'm gonna recommend is for you to go out and get a Navy Federal pledge loan. The reason why, this is for my people with a high debt utilization. I'm about to give y'all a hack. This is a gem right here, right? So, say you have a 50% debt utilization, 70, 80% debt utilization, right, on a $5,000 card. Fuck it. Let's say you max it out. You max out a $5,000 card, right? But you have $5,000 at home. Okay, what you would do is you would go into Navy Federal and you would tell Navy Federal, look, I would like to open up a Navy Federal pledge loan, right? Navy Federal pledge loan. Now, when you go in there and ask for this Navy Federal pledge loan, this is what's going to happen. Remember, like I said, you have a card that is maxed out. So you have a 5K card maxed out. But you also have access to capital. You have 5K in your savings, right? So when you go to Navy Federal, what you're going to do is you're going to tell them that you want a Navy Federal pledge loan, right, for 5K. What's going to happen is they're going to take your 5K, they're going to place it into a savings account, and then they're going to give you the credit for the 5K. So now you just basically exchange your 5K for collateral debt. Okay, meaning they're going to hold your 5K, you're going to get it back, it's yours. They're just holding it for collateral, but they're going to credit you $5,000, right? Now you're probably asking, all right, well, why would we do that? I got you. The average credit card has an interest rate, APR, anywhere between 16 to about 28%. So that means for any card that you have in your wallet right now, you're paying about 16 to 28% APR. What does that mean? This is the interest that you're paying every single year. So that's $1,800 and that's an additional, that's $1,600 a year and that's $2,800 additional that you are paying every single year on that debt. That's what this means. Now, Back to the Navy Federal Pledge Loan. If you are paying on this 5K that's maxed out, you're paying 16 to 28% interest. That's a lot. So that 5K card, I'm not a great mathematician, but I know that that's going to equate to about almost 8,000. You're going to end up spending about 8K, roughly about 8K, right? Now, the reason why you want to get the pledge loan is because the pledge loan actually only charges you 2% APR. So what you're going to do is you're going to take that $5,000 from your savings account and you're going to pay off that credit card with it, right? So you just paid off a $5,000 credit card with the 5K that they gave you from the pledge loan. Y'all follow me? Okay, so when you do that, all you did was just transfer your debt from this high interest card to this low interest card. That's what you just did. So instead of paying 16 to 28% in interest, now you're only paying 2% in interest. So what you did was you just cut all of that interest out. Like now you're no longer paying 16%, you're no longer paying 28%. Now you're paying 2%. So you've cut out all of the interest. You're saving yourself this $1,600 every year. You're saving yourself this $2,800 every year. Now, not only that, don't forget why we started talking about this. That was to bring your utilization down. So what you did was you just paid off your entire card. So what it's going to look like now is you owe nothing on this card anymore, right? Because you just transferred the debt from the actual credit card over to the pledge loan. So you are technically hiding the debt. The debt is no longer there anymore. And not only that did you just completely erase it, but now you've taken off all of this interest as well. So just follow me, people. Like I said, you need your debt utilization under 10%. So this is a hack to pay off that debt utilization, to put you in that range, right? To keep you under that 10% so that you're eligible for the loan. Now, I just gave y'all, you getting 2-3 gems all in one, family, so I hope y'all writing this down right here, right? That's really a hack. So look, family, like I said, for anybody who has the high utilization or that's in the way, you can quickly, easily just use something like the Navy Federal Pledge Loan, right? Now, moving on, I want to talk to my sisters at home. You know what I mean? I want to talk to my brothers at home, right? Because I know all of this stuff could seem like a lot. It could seem very, you know what I mean, frustrating and all over the place. But it's very, very simple. And I'm going to show you in these next 2 steps. All you need is to make sure these late payments are off. We can't have any late payments. We can't have any collections. We can't have any repos. We can't have any evictions, right? That's step 1. Making sure that your report is actually clean. So once we have, you know, those repos off, pay your bills on time, stop going out here living above our means now and getting cars that we can't afford, family, all right? We won't be having these repos. Stop scamming and finessing and living on that top roof, you know what I mean, that building with the top roof and the pools and all that you know we can't afford yet, keep getting evicted. We gotta stop living above our means, family. First and foremost, my black people, we gotta stop living above our means, right? And stop with the late payments. Like, just put your stuff on autopilot, right? It's not that difficult. At the end of the day, most of us got jobs. Most of us got some income. Most of us got some flow. Most of the time, it's not that you don't have the money. You're just not thinking about it. So go ahead and just put auto pay on so that we don't have late payments. So that's going to cover this part of it anyway, right? So once you don't have any of these late payments, none of these collections, none of these repos or evictions, all right, boom. Now we moving over here. This is simple, family. We grown. 2 to 3 secure cards, right? What does that look like? Okay, you need 2 to 3 primaries. Primaries is anything with your name on it. That could be a credit card. That could be a car loan, right? But I got something even better for y'all because everyone may not be in that position right now. So I got something for you. If you are paying rent, use something like Rent Reporters. Rent Reporters is something that is going to give you credit history, right? And allow you to backdate back to 4 years. And it's going to report as a primary trade line on your credit profile, right? So something like paying your rent on time, most of us are all, you're in the house watching this right now, right? So all of us are paying rent. At the end of the day, let's start getting some credit for it, family. Rent Reporters is one of the first things that you're going to want, right? Because we need 2 to 3 primaries, right? So that's number 1 right there. The second one, Credit Strong. That's another one that's going to report as a primary and boost your score as well. So not only is it going to reflect and look good on your credit profile, but it's something that we use as a tool to actually boost your credit score as well. So anyone who may need those extra couple of points, something like Rent Reporters, right? Something like a Credit Strong. And lastly, For my ladies that love cooking, who got them stacked refrigerators, you know what I mean? Perpay, something like Perpay, Perpay. Now, you can actually start building your credit with something like Perpay just by buying groceries every day, family. So these are three simple tools right here that you can literally just pull up on your phone, Google them, and get started on right now, like from your couch. Matter of fact, get your phone out right now. Right now. Right now. Pull up Credit Strong right now. Okay? Pull up Reporters right now. Pull up Perpay right now. We getting active. By the time you get off of this seat, by the time this video is over, you're going to have 3 primary cards that is affecting your credit score, boosting your credit score. Let's get active, family. After we have that, right, because we action takers. This is about taking action in here, right? Information on me, execution on you. Lastly, your inquiries. You have to have 5 inquiries or less, right, to be eligible to hit all of the data points. And I'm going to go back over it very briefly for you guys. But we can't have a bunch of inquiries. Let me explain to y'all how inquiries work real quick. And excuse me, because I gotta put my hood cap on, because it's the only way I think y'all going to understand. Inquiries is this. Inquiries is you have a homeboy or homegirl in your circle, and say it's 5 of y'all. And this nigga, your homeboy, keep going around saying, yo, bro, can I hold $20? Yo, bro, can I hold $20? Yo, Tommy, can I hold $20? Yo, Kev, can I hold $20? Yo, Dev, can I hold $20? Right? And all 5 of us is like, yo, damn, did bro call you and ask you for $20 too? Yeah, yo just called me and asked me for $20. Yo, he called you? Yeah, he called me and asked me for $20. Yo, the nigga called me too and asked me for $20, right? This is how inquiries work. The banks are talking about you out here asking for money. Okay, now what does that do? What does it represent? What does it look like? It looks like you're desperate. So this is why inquiries is a bad thing, because they're just tracking how many people you've been asking for money at the end of the day. And the higher that number, the more desperate you appear, which then is going to do one of 2 things. They're going to say, well, shit, if you walk running around asking this many people for money, you clearly ain't got it. We ain't giving it to you. Or, oh, you need money, huh? You in a bad time, huh? I got you. 28% interest rate. And they're going to smack your ass with that high APR. And this is what happens. This is how it works, family. So if you had any questions about like inquiries or anything, like that's the best example that I could possibly give you. This is how it works. So this is why banks don't want to see that. This is why you want to get those off. And you can get those off, like I said, by utilizing our software, Metro 2, right? Because these will come off really easily. Or I'll give you a better one. You can actually call the agency, TransUnion, Equifax, or Experian. Have your inquiries lined up. Have the dates of them, right? And any inquiry that you have on your report that you don't have like a card, or you didn't get that thing that you applied for, right? So meaning like if you went and applied for a car and they ran your credit like 7 different places, but you left that car dealership without that car, then those are 7 inquiries that don't belong to you. You can get those off. So you can get off any inquiry that isn't attached to something that you own that's in your possession, right? So keep that in mind. With that being said, when you have these inquiries, you can get them off by simply calling. So when you call, you're going to press 5 and you're going to ask to speak to someone from the fraud department. They're going to play games with you at first and tell you, oh, you're on with the person from the fraud department. Or they're going to try to just intervene and start answering questions for the fraud department. But that's not what we want, family. When you call, press 5 and let them know and stay stern on it. I need to speak to the fraud department. The second person that they put you on with should be the fraud department. It will be the fraud department as long as you call and push 5 and do what I'm telling you to do to demand to get sent to the fraud department. So look, once you're at the fraud department, you're going to just simply tell them, like, look, I have these inquiries with these dates. None of them belong to me. I need these removed. And within 24 hours, family, all of those inquiries will be removed. It's literally that simple, right? Like that's the 24-hour hack. So with all that being said, it's just easy. I'm trying to show the average person that's at home right now how to go get access to some capital. Bro, you ain't got to put no pistols in nobody's face. Sis, you ain't got to finesse and jump from bid to bid to bid. Like, we can do this ourselves. Honestly, in all reality, family, we can do this ourselves, truly, right? Like I said, all you need is that little 680 credit score, right? Keep your debt utilization under 20%, right? Keep your inquiries Because think about when I told y'all, always think about that when we talk about inquiries. Keep them inquiries below 5. Get these 3 primaries, right? And make sure that you don't have any late payments, collections, or any evictions or anything like that. It's literally that simple. So once you hit those data points, family, you're eligible for $50,000 to $100,000 with 0% interest. It's just that simple, right? Now that I showed you how to go get the capital, right? Now we need to start thinking about what's the next move? What are we going to do with this capital? But listen, it's Coach Dev. If you guys need help with any of this, I need you guys to go ahead, hit the link below, book a call with me. Somebody from my team will be there, happily picking up, ready to help you. So look, I know a lot of this you guys can do yourself. This is easy work. But in the case that you're too busy, it's difficult. You're still a little confused. You're like, man, I understand the concept, but I'm still a little confused. Or look, I just don't want to do it. Let me just, pay Coach Dev and you handle it. That's cool. Book a call with us and me and my team will gladly take care of you. Go ahead, hit the link below and I will catch you guys on the other side of action. Let's get it.